Saba's stories. The Little Bee and the Clumsy Elephant. Once upon a time, many animals lived happily together in a beautiful forest. Among them there was a smart and agile tiger. But the problem of the tiger was that he always made fun of other animals and laughed at them. All the animals were very upset by this behavior of the tiger. But they did not dare to say anything to him. He always called the bee weak and small and the elephant clumsy. And the bee and the elephant were always upset by this behavior of the tiger. One day, the forest animals had gone into the cave with the tiger to play. But the film, which was not happy with the tiger, did not go with them and was sitting alone in a corner. But the little bee went with them. Suddenly there was an earthquake and the entrance to the cave was closed. All the animals were trapped in the cave. Since the tiger was strong and always made fun of other animals and considered himself higher than them, he went to the rocks. All the animals were waiting for the tiger to open the cave door and save them. But no matter how hard the tiger tried, it could not shake the stone bed in front of the cave door. The tiger, who was very ashamed, stood on the side and only looked at the other animals. None of the other animals could do this. Just at the moment when everyone was disappointed, the little bee had an idea. Flew through the gap between the rocks and left the cave. Everyone thought that the bee only saved itself and ran away. But the bee followed the elephant in the forest. He looked around and finally found him. Then he told him the story of the earthquake and the animals being trapped in the cave. The bee said to the elephant,
"Hurry up, little elephant. All our friends are trapped in the cave. We have to help them."
Phil said,
"But that rude tiger was always making fun of us. My other friends were doing the same thing. You are the witness."
The bee said,
"Little elephant, now is not the time for such words. Our friends need our help."
The elephant said,
"But the end."
The bee said,
"But there is no end. Hurry up."
The elephant immediately went to the cave, and when he got there, he picked up the rocks from the front of the cave with his trunk and pushed him aside and saved the animals. The animals happily came out of the cave and thanked the little bee and the strong elephant and asked him to be their friend. They regretted making fun of their friends with the tiger. The last animal was a tiger whose face was red from embarrassment. From that day on, he had learned to see only the good in other animals and be friends with them and never hurt them by making fun of others. The tiger turned to the bee and the elephant and said,
"Forgive me. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been proud and made fun of you. I will try never to repeat this again."